Here we go again. Hey everybody. Welcome to Fantasy for Freaks 2025-2026 season. Of course, I'm the league commissioner. You all know me at this point. And here's my little presentation for this year's upcoming fantasy league, the 16-person PPR football league that we all know and love. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us again. Another year. It's been at this point 6 years, and it never gets old running this league. It's always fun, and this year we've got 3 new players. We're mixing things up in new ways. I think I'm really excited, honestly, to share with you guys the new things that we've got going on, and just to do another year of this thing. So without further ado, let's get it on. Here's the quick rules breakdown for anybody who's new. We do 16 people in this league. We divide them up into 4 divisions per usual. We've got all of your typical scoring, roster size, IR spot formats. You got the 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex, defense, and kicker. Everything is unchanged from typical scoring rules. Obviously, we have collusion punishments in place. It's never been a problem. I don't foresee it being a problem, but I include it just in case, just so you know. If it happens, you're out. We do a draft at the end of this video. I'll do my draft lottery. We'll do that live here. The odds that you have are determined on your placements last year, and anybody who's new to the league this year is going to have like an honorary middle spot where you'll have odds at pretty much any of the draft picks. So here we are this year with our 4 divisions again. I randomly draw them every year. You can see them on screen right now. I'm really happy with the way they turned out this year, and the divisions and the schedule are all live on the ESPN app. If you want to go see those, it's all there for you. You can see who you're going to play against. I'm pretty formulaic in my schedule making every year just to make it somewhat easy on me. You play everybody in your division 2 times, first 3 weeks of the season, last 3 weeks of the season. Everybody has a rival division, the North and the East, the West and the South. You'll play everybody in that rival division 1 time, and there'll be 3 other weeks of the regular season where you'll play just random people. Not really random, I kind of decided it based on criteria that I'll go over here in a minute. We then run the playoffs after the 13 weeks of the regular season. We run 4 weeks in the playoffs. How it works is that the top of every single division is going to get a bye week in week 14. 4 people at that point will be eliminated based on your record and based on your point scoring. Those 4 teams are effectively out for the season. The 8 people in between go into week 14 into a knockout round. This is going to work the same as it did last year. Those 8 teams are playing against each other. It'll say that you're playing against one specific person. Don't pay attention to that. You'll be playing against all 8 of the people, or all 7 other people that made it to the knockout round. And how it works is the top 4 scoring teams will advance to the next round. So like I said, don't pay attention to who you're playing against. You just want to be one of the top 4 scoring teams in that week. And then based on your seeding, you'll go into week 15 where it'll be an actual tournament style quarterfinals. You'll play against one person and the winner moves on. Week 16 we'll have the semifinals, of course, and then moving into week 17 we'll have our championship game. Just remember, if you're eliminated in the semis, you're still playing for 3rd place. There is money on the line with that. So moving on, $50 payouts per usual, or buy-ins, my bad, $50 buy-ins, which comes out to an $800 pot. I've tweaked the money a little bit this year, so if it seems a little bit different, don't really worry about it. $25 off from what it was in first place last year. So now you win $400 if you get first place. That does include the $50 for your buy-in, so effectively $350. $125 for second place. If you get 3rd place, you don't pay anything. And then I've added this year, just to have, another kind of prize, that 4th place this year gets to pick last place's team name for the next season. So at least if you lose the 3rd place game, you don't get any money, but you do get at least 1 incentive. On top of the regular first place, second place, third place payouts. We do a payout for the highest scoring team in the regular season. After weeks 13, this will end, and you'll win $100 if you are the highest scoring team in the regular season. On top of that, we have a $50 incentive. We have three $25 incentives as well. You can win any of those three, the incentives or the highest scoring team, on top of any other winnings. So if you get first place, you can win an incentive too. You can combine the money. Anybody can win these, and I'll go over the new incentives here in just a second. Just make sure that you're paying me at the end of the season. So I'll announce it in the chat when everything's done, everything's good. You can start sending me money. Obviously, I do the breakdown every week. I'll send out a chart that shows everybody's standings and how they're doing in the incentives, and on there it'll say at the end of the season how much money you either are winning or how much you owe me. Okay, so for the incentives this year, I've broken it down into 4 incentives. Like I said, I took $25 off the winning and I put it into this new incentive called the Game of the Week Award. I'm really excited for these incentives this year because I wanted to break it back down into having more money go back to the players who aren't just like the one person winning, right? Because it's not very fun in a 16-man league just to like give all the money to the 1 or 2 people who like do well. What this does is incentivizes you to go for other things that can win you money that does not just require winning. So the $50 incentive this year, the Game of the Week award that I mentioned before, how it works is that I've determined when I made the schedule 2 games every single week. That'll be the game of the week. What your job is to go into the chat. I will announce what the game of the weeks are, and you have to tell me who you think is winning the games of the week, each of them. So whoever guesses correctly the most game of the week winners at the end of the season wins this incentive. You're going to have to make sure that you message in the fantasy group chat who you think that's going to be before the week starts on Thursday. So anybody who votes after that, your votes won't count. Then we have 3 $25 incentives. The Blackjack Award is the first one. Basically, this one is that I will count up throughout the regular season as well how many players you have that score 21 points. Either 21.00 points all the way up to 21.96 is the maximum you could make, and it would count towards this award. 22 points, you're out. It doesn't count. On top of that, this year we have the Anders Carlson Award. This is going to be awarded to the person who has the most missed field goals on their team. So if your active kicker misses a field goal, you'll get 1 point towards this incentive. Whoever has the most missed field goals at the end of the regular season wins this. And then we have the Survivor Award for this season. If you've ever played fantasy football Survivor leagues, this is going to work the same way. There's 16 people in the league, so starting week 1, everybody will be in for this award. Whoever scores the least amount of points in week 1 out of everybody is eliminated from this award. That's going to go on every single week up until week 15 or 16 or whatever, however that works. I think it's 15. It'll just go, it doesn't matter who you're playing. Whoever has the least amount of points scored every single week gets eliminated. We move on to the next week. There'll be 15. Same thing, 14, 13, so on and so forth. Moving on to just the miscellaneous changes, the dates to remember for this year. I've abolished the fantasy committee that we've done for the last couple of years. It wasn't really useful, so I'm not even going to bother with it this year. And then I brought back vetoes to make up for it. We got rid of the veto thing, but the people that were, causing problems with the whole system, no need to name names, they're gone. So I brought back the veto system. It takes 5 vetoes now to deny a trade. So make sure you are upholding or vetoing trades as they go through, because it's going to take quite a few in order to get it vetoed at this point. So make sure you're, putting your voice out there when those go. Right now, I'm looking at a draft date of August 24th. Please make sure that if this does not work for you, that you are letting me know, letting the group chat know as soon as you can, because I still have, of course, plenty of time to change it. But if you let me know on August 22nd that that's just not going to work anymore, you're probably going to be shit out of luck. The season starts this year on September 4th, Thursday Night Football. And the trade deadline goes until the final week of the regular season, which falls on December 3rd this year. So we move on now to the fantasy lottery draft. Anyone who's been here any prior years already knows how this works. We have determined your weighted ball amount based on last year's standings. So the people who took last place have the greatest chance of getting high picks. People who did the best last year have the lowest chance of getting high picks. Everybody who's new has just like blank 45 odds right in the middle. I'll pull up right here just for a second if you want to stop and look at this. This is everybody's odds at every single spot. So there is like I said, these people in the middle, they're going to end up having spots that are pretty varied. There's a lot of room to wiggle there and get a lot of different spots. So we're going to generate this, and we're not going to fuck around this year. So the last pick is going to be Sam, last year's first place. Makes sense. Pick number 15 is going to be Bailey, third place last year, also falls in that. Pick 14 is going to be Dylan. Pick 13 is going to be myself. Pick 12 is going to be Emery. Pick 11 is going to be Trent. Pick 10 is going to be Brady. That's crazy. Pick 9 is going to be Darren. Pick number 8 is going to be Breadsticks. Pick number 7 is going to be Avery. Pick number 6 is going to be Jack. Pick number 5 is going to be Corey. Pick number 4 is going to be Ryan. Pick number 3 is going to be Coy. Pick number 2 is going to be Henry, and that leaves Jeremy as our number 1 pick for the year. So there's your draft order right there, and I want to thank everybody once again for playing this year. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm excited to do this again, and I thank you all one more time, and I look forward to beating everybody's ass this year. Yeah, thank you.